drop a 1 in the chat. Okay. Adam, please confirm you can. Okay, thank you very much. It's good to have you guys here. We are expecting more people to join, but we're just going to go ahead and get started. All right. My name is Damilola, and I'm joining you from Lagos, Nigeria. I'd like to meet every other person on the call. So what I want you to do is to tell me your name and, of course, where you're joining us from. Your name and where you are joining us from. You can put that in the chat as well. So please tell us your name and where you're joining us from. Let's keep it going. Who is going to be the first person to drop their name? Hi, Oluwaseun from Nigeria. It's good to see you here. Welcome. Anybody else? Is anybody else dropping their names, telling us where they are joining us from? We just want to get to meet you. I see Onyekachi from Dublin. It's good to see you here as well. So if you're just joining, welcome. This is the Data Analytics Masterclass where you get to, learn so much, and we're just getting to know each other. So please tell me your name and where you are, where in the world you're joining us from. So Ineka from UK, welcome. Whilst others are still typing, I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen and very quickly introduce what we have for today and how we can, we'll just get straight into it. So again, please confirm if you can see my screen. That's coming up in a minute. All right. All right, Adam, please confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, Damilola, I can see you.
Hi, your sister from UK. So this is a Scrum Masterclass. Welcome once again. It's coming to you from Tenalytics. Today, we're going to be looking at how Scrum managers, how Agile project managers, Scrum Masters, leverage JIRA for project management. All right. We're going to be looking at how Agile project managers and Scrum Masters leverage JIRA for project management, and it's going to be a very practical session. So just know that if you're here today, you're here to learn and learn from the best. All right. But very quickly, let's take a look at the company bringing this together or putting together this amazing session. We are Tenalytics, and we are an educational technology company that is, all about helping Africans and people of the Black community get into tech, transition into tech, and learn premium tech skills, basically just lowering the entry barrier into tech and ensuring that you get maximum value. So our service offerings are aimed at building capacity and understanding across different tech career fields or tech career paths like data science, we have data engineering, we have Scrum Master, like we're here for today. We have business analysis, we have HR analytics, cybersecurity, financial analytics, and so on and so forth. Our 8 programs in total, and the entire data ecosystem to enable our clients to achieve data-driven decision making. And our facilitators are from top-notch companies and diverse sectors and reputable organizations like Apple, like Microsoft, like McKinsey, like Sahara Group, Coca-Cola, Google, and so on and so forth. And all our courses are structured in a way that are beginner-friendly, very easy to learn. You don't have to, stress a lot, right? And it makes it, they're very practical and ensure that you also get value, optimal value for your money. So that's Tenalytics in short. So you can check us out on LinkedIn at Tenalytics, on Instagram at Tenalytics as well, on Twitter at Tenalytics, and you can check out our website, tenalytics.io. All right, so meet your hosts for today. My name is Damilola, and I have over 5 years of experience cutting across data analytics and business analysis. I currently work as a business analyst here at Tenalytics, and I have experience spanning across the retail and supply chain, FMCG, and the EdTech. And I have helped over 2,000 people transition from the classroom into their first role in tech. Okay, you can connect with me on LinkedIn at Oluwadamilola Ajimobi, as well as Twitter and Instagram. And then our special guest for today, who's going to be taking us to the practical part of this class, is Josephine Bosa All right, so Josephine is a certified professional Scrum Master with a decade of experience in using agile methodologies. And as the Scrum Master facilitator, Josephine has helped over 500 people move, with no prior background transition into Scrum Master. Josephine's experience spans across working as a senior Scrum Master at a fintech. Also, she has like a lot of experience implementing agile methodologies and frameworks, and she's a speaker and a contributor in the agile community. She has worked in the financial services and also edtech sectors. Again, Josephine has personally trained about 500 people in agile project management and Scrum. So you can connect with Josephine on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and on Instagram. Right. So very quickly, what are we doing here today? While we talked about this session and brought up people into this session. Number one, we're going to be looking at who an agile project manager is, who a Scrum Master is, and the roles of a Scrum Master, right? So if you get started today as a Scrum Master, what are the things that you're going to be doing? What will be your role? What are the projects that you're going to be working on? We're going to look at that. Secondly, we'll look at how Scrum Masters leverage projects, leverage JIRA, all right? JIRA for project management. We're going to be doing that using a real life case study. Then we'll also talk about the pathways to becoming a Scrum Master. Then lastly, we'll look at our number 3, rather, we'll look at our upcoming cohorts starting on August 3rd, 2024, and how you can get started in this program. And then lastly, we look at our success stories, the growth internship, and how you can be a part of it, as well as the early bird discounts. That are the 4 major things that we're going to be doing here today. If you're excited, can you drop your favorite emoji in the chat? If you're excited about what we have going on here today, can you drop your favorite emoji in the chat? Let's go. Is anybody excited, or is it just me? Nobody yet. If you're excited about what we have going on here today, can you drop your favorite emoji in the chat? Adam, please confirm you can hear me. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Thank you, Adam, I guess. All right, so at this junction, I'm going to be bringing up Josephine to take us through who an agile project manager is, and of course, the practical aspect of the session. Hi, Josephine. How are you doing today? Hey, it's good to see you.
Hi, can you hear me? Oh, good
Yes,
to
we
see
can
you
hear
too,
you.
Damilola. Thank you for holding it down. By the way, you look beautiful this evening. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm fine this week. Thank you very much. Okay.
All
All right, then
so
we can start.
Damilola was saying he's excited about this evening, and nobody's putting emoji.
Nobody.
Seriously. Wait, first, you guys are not excited. Okay, I'm going to share something before I go to sharing my slides. Okay, so by the way, I'm in Nigeria, precisely in Abuja. So the first thing, usually what I say in my masterclass is the first thing is you guys should pray about my network. I'm in Nigeria. You put, see, there's no forming in this thing. Let's not formulate. You guys already know that the networks can move very funny. I see you, How you doing? So the network can move very funny. So by the way, guys, pray for the network so that we can have a very smooth ride. Okay. So I'll go ahead to share my screen. And before we talk about Agile Project Manager, Scrum Master, let's talk about money. I'm from the eastern part of Nigeria. Let's talk about money. Because I don't do anything that there is no money. Like, apart from that, you rarely see, apologies to those who are from other nationalities, okay, but I think this money thing cuts across. But by the way, you rarely see an Eastern person get into something that there is no money. It's just something that is in our DNA. So I'm going to go ahead to share my screen. I'm very excited today, guys. Very, very excited to discuss Scrum and anything Scrum, Agile. You're going to see me at the forefront. So let's get into money. Let's talk about money first. When we are finished talking about money, will now go inside how to make this money using Scrum and Agile. Okay, so what you're seeing on my screen is an estimation of how much a Scrum Master can earn. Remember, I said estimation is not the actual. It's just like you are estimating, you are projecting, you are budgeting. Do you understand? So it's not like the actual amount. And by the way, Scrum Masters are not limited to tech companies alone. I'm tired of over the week. Someone called me and said, "Josephine, I didn't study IT. I didn't study anything tech. I studied business administration. And when I'm on LinkedIn, I see that these tech companies, and I know I don't have background. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? A Scrum Master can work anywhere. Scrum is a framework from the Agile method. All this English, Agile methodology is not big English. Agile methodology is a method. C'est fini, finish. All these things, just simple. So it's just like saying you're trying to use a method to work in an industry. This method can work anywhere. It can work in media. It can work in the hospitality, any industry, in government. Agile can work. Okay, so let's first of all establish that as a Scrum Master, you're not only streamlined to working in the tech organization, you can work anywhere. So what I'm showing you, by the way, if you guys can see my screen, let me know. My class is very engaging. If you are not going to be engaging in my class, it's like you're in the wrong place. So please let me know that you guys can see my screen. By the way, forgive my rasness. Okay, I already told you guys I'm in Nigeria and Abuja, so don't expect someone posh. But I'll try. I will try. So if you can see my screen, let me know. I want to see. I want to make sure that everyone is following, by the way. Okay, so this class, we are not leaving anybody behind. Everybody must follow with what we're doing. So I'm not getting any feelers. What's happening? Adam, is as if you're going to share small chicken, small chops here. Who needs more chops? I'm not getting the feelers. Guys, Neka, I see you. If you can see my screen, just type yes. Neka has already given me 1 yes. I need about 5 yeses. How many people do we have in this class? I think almost 20 something people. Okay, good. So I'm saying yes. Who else wants to give me a yes? Who else wants to give me a yes? Thank you so much, Eukaria. Thank you, Cynthia. I see the thumbs up. Thank you so much. Stella, iPhone 2, I see you. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. So now, Bonita, thank you. Now I know everyone is seeing my screen. So what you're saying is how much on an average a Scrum Master can earn in the US. Okay, this is what you can earn in the US between 119 and 183 annually, and you can earn more because the more experience you gather as a Scrum Master, the more you open yourself to negotiating it better and even earning higher than that. Okay. So that's one. So this is how much, this is for the US, this is how much a Scrum Master can earn in the UK. And like I said, you can earn much more than that. So this is not an acquired. If I've told, if I come here to say, oh, do you know as a Scrum Master, you can earn this, you think I'm trying to do motivational speaking, you're acquired to me, but I'm not doing all those things. This, you can fact check. Glassdoor is one of these proven websites tested that you can actually rely on their data. So this is how much you can earn in the UK. And on an average, because you can even earn much more than this. Okay, so we've talked about money. Nigeria is there, but of course, I'm not projecting Nigeria because personally, I'm not even working. I'm not working for in Nigeria. I'm working for a company that is in UK, by the way. Okay, so I work remotely. As a Scrum Master, you work remotely. These things are sweet. These things are not perfect. So now we've talked about money. I just want to arouse your interest. I just want to let you know that we're not playing here. Okay, this is not play. This is not a motivational speaking masterclass. This is real. This is what we do. Okay, so I'm just going to go straight into the what we need to talk about today. So by the way, I want to just find out if this is the first time you're hearing about Scrum, say yes. Okay, I want to see how much people know about Scrum. Is this the first time you're hearing about Scrum? If this is your first time, please let me get the yes. Let me get the yes. If this is not your first time, let me get no. I'm trying to, yeah. This is what I'm trying to do. Make sure my screen is bold and wide. Okay. So if this is the first time that you are hearing about Scrum, let me see what's going on in the comment section. Neka says no. iPhone 2 says no. Oluwaseun says yes. Osita says yes. Bonita says, oh, okay. These are old yeses. Okay. No, no, no. Okay, good. So I see that a lot of us are probably familiar with Scrum. So what I want to talk about is, let's talk about who an Agile project manager is or Scrum Master. Now, if I get this often, okay, if I'm in a gathering, if I'm outside and we're having a conversation and he goes like, oh, Justin, what do you do? And I say, I'm a Scrum Master. I see that face is like, some people want to form. They don't know what I'm talking about. They want to form. They'll be like, oh, okay, oh, Scrum Master, oh, cool. I know they don't know. They're confused. Why some people have the boldness to say Scrum Master, Scrum, especially people who are not in the tech space, okay, they're not conversant with that career path. They're like, but what does a Scrum Master do? You know, they want to know more. And that's where I get to open up to tell them, okay, this is what a Scrum Master does. But if you ask me, Justin, what do you do? And I say I'm a project manager, easy peasy. You just piece it up together. Project manager, she manages project, maybe in different organization. I probably want to know what industry it is. But what I want to tell you right now is that I cannot successfully give you a full lecture about an Agile project manager or Scrum Master without going back to the basics. Now, whether you are an Agile project manager, you are a project manager, you are a Scrum Master, all of us were doing one thing. We are managing projects. Everything started from project management. Okay? I hope I'm able to maximize time so I can get into the practicals today. Everything started from project managers. So without a project to manage, I will not have job. Agile project manager will not have job. Even project manager, that person will not have job. There was a project to manage. And if you look, organizations are managing, even your life is project. Yeah, it's project. Everything you do every day is project. Project is either a product or services that has an end goal. Something that has an end goal that you're looking forward to, that at the end of the day, there's an outcome. And that is what a lot of organizations do, but it differs depending on industry. So before now, what we used to have is project managers. And one of the methodology, when I say methodology, simple and short, remove the logic. One of the methods at which project managers manage their projects is the waterfall method. They use the waterfall. Any project manager you see today, even if there's any project manager right here in the class, he or she will tell you that we use the waterfall method, or they use the waterfall method to manage projects. But you now ask, oh, why? So if waterfall method was good, so what happened? Where is Agile coming from? Scrum Master? Because I mean, in the tech space, there's a lot of new roles. So the thing is, the waterfall methodology is the traditional method, it's the manual method. It's just like washing clothes with your hands. Okay, and then someone meets you one day and say, you know what, this is your pretty little fingers. I don't want you to, rough it and all of that. I'm going to get you washing machine. So the person is transitioning you from doing things the manual way, the traditional way, to doing things the automatic way, and doing things the modern way. And because we human beings, we are very complex people in this life. We are this minute you want to drink tea, the next minute you want to eat a bar and you go to a soup, the next minute you want to go and ride bike. Like, we are very complex people. And because of the complex nature of humans, projects became even much more complex. The project organizations are carrying out became more complex, and the waterfall methodology is not sustainable. When I say we are complex human beings, this is what I mean. We are a now generation. We want it instant noodles, instant car, instant gratification, instant job. Everything has to be instant. You go to the grocery shop to pay for something, or you to buy something. You want to pay now, you're out. You want to stay in the comfort of your home. And this shade, I'm throwing it to myself, just to catch yourself. I want to stay where I am right now and order for anything other. I don't want to leave the house for no reason. And that's the generation where we are. There is nobody wants to wait for anything. Everybody is in a hurry. And this breeds complexity. And the waterfall methodology is not sustainable because the waterfall methodology is rigid. It's a step-by-step process. If you're carrying out a project with the waterfall methodology, it says that you need to complete one step before going into the other. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that if you want to, let's say, what project am I going to use? Okay, whatever project that you want to embark on and you want to use the waterfall methodology, waterfall says that you first of all carry out your research. Without your research being done, without gathering your requirements, you cannot, and bold cannot, you can never, if I'm using cannot, you can never get into the next stage until you have completed one stage. And with this organization, it's a game of numbers. It's a game of market share. They want to return on investment. Organizations don't want to sleep on anything, because just look at your app right now as I'm talking now. Go to your store, your iOS store, or your Android Play Store, by the way. Check out the number of apps, and people are still building more. More apps are coming for different solutions. Applications are being built daily, are being shipped to the stores daily to meet human needs. And at the end of the day, everybody wants a chunk of the market share. So imagine you have an idea right now. Have you had that thing where you just had this beautiful idea, but there was this fear in you? Aside from fear, you were taking your time. Say, this idea, I don't have money yet. Let me go and be doing research first. Let me go and be doing this. And one day you were just watching TV and you saw your idea. Somebody was just brandishing it. They didn't advert, or you were going somewhere, you saw on the billboard. That's the same thing, because while you were taking your time, waterfall is a take my time kind of method. We take our precious little time to do, and the time there is what we don't have. The time there is what organizations don't have, because the same project that organization A is doing, 15 other organizations are doing the same thing. Remember during the cash crunch, was it last year or so, where getting money from the Nigerian bank was like an uphill task. And what happened? I see boys, they started building different fintech applications. I don't want to name them, but me and you know we are using those applications today. That you can stay in the comfort of your home, open account. You don't have to go to the bank for anything. And transaction is sweet, like this transaction is very sweet. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to build the bedrock of, before I start talking about Agile Project Manager and Scrum Master, because this journey is coming from somewhere. Okay, that's what I'm trying to establish, that this journey came from project management, came from waterfall methodology, came from project manager, and all of this was not sustainable, and that bettered Agile. So Agile is a method of doing things where it is flexible, it responds to change. This minute somebody wants tea, and the next minute person wants jollof rice. Can that happen? Can you easily bend? Can you easily change? Yes, it's possible, because at the end of the day, you're not building that product or service for your family and friends. You're building it to make money. And if you have to make money, it's for the general public. And the general public, they're unapologetic. It's me and you that still go to Twitter to go and drag that product that we bought, or that thing that didn't meet our needs. So at the end of the day, there is this Agile meets the need of organizations when embarking on complex products. So I've set the pace right now. Guys, if you're following me, tell me you're following me. And if you have any question, drop it as they hot like this. Just drop it on the comment section, because I'm going to circle back to it in a bit. So let's talk about who an Agile project manager is and a Scrum Master. By the way, if I'm talking about an Agile project manager, these days, what the waterfall or the traditional project managers do is that they need to upskill, because the world is moving fast. You sleep and wake up, things already that left you still. So what project managers are doing is that if you go to LinkedIn, what I'm saying, you can verify. Don't swallow it like a hook, line, and sinker. Just be taping it somewhere to go and verify. LinkedIn is one place you can do your verification. You're going to be seeing the roles. You're going to see Scrum Master. You're going to be seeing Agile project managers, not just project managers, because they want someone who understands Agile, because they know that the waterfall methodology is not sustainable. And that is not to say that projects are not being carried out with waterfall. They are. If I have to deep dive into it, you have to join the next cohort, because there's a lot to go into it. But let's just talk about Scrum. Scrum, who is a Scrum Master? Just like the word is, flip it. Scrum Master, a master of Scrum. a master of Scrum. That is who a Scrum Master is. You understand Scrum more than anybody else. The reason why they pay us like thief as Scrum Master is nothing. We don't code. I don't know how to write one line of code. I don't even have interest in. I don't intend to. It gives me headache. There was a time I tried to become a web developer, and I know that I suffered a lot. I don't want to learn how to code. I will not write one line of code. But what do? Those people who write the code, those people who do all the software programming, those people who do the actual work, all we do is to use our knowledge of Scrum to guide them to deliver the product faster. Because organization want it now. They want as they have put the Indomie. The Indomie is done now. Everybody is rushing to get to the market to get a large chunk of the market share. So that by the time you and I, or you that have the idea is getting to the market, they've already covered 80%. You can be fighting with others with the 20% in the market. Imagine covering 80% share with your product or service in the market. Just imagine how much you're going to be earning, catching in your account. So that is what the organizations are after. And because they know that with the Scrum Masters, we know a certain methodology. What is that certain method? That is Agile. We understand how to use Agile to deliver complex project, by the way, faster to the market. So what you're doing as an Agile, what you're doing as a Scrum Master and Agile project manager is that you're a facilitator. You are a coach. Now, I'm going to use a particular analogy and hoping that I don't rile anybody up. I'm just going to touch it up a bit. I want to explain what we do as a Scrum Master. When you say you are a Scrum Master, it's just like your pastor. So if you're a Christian, for instance, it's just like your pastor. You and I read the Bible, okay? The Bible is what validates that you are a Christian. But every day you still go to church to hear from the pastor. Why? Because you feel like this person has some certain knowledge, some certain details that I don't have, but he knows it's just better than I do and can explain it well for me. That's what the Scrum Master does. If you're a Muslim, for instance, you still go to the mosque to listen to the Imam because the Quran validates that you are a Muslim, but he or she understands properly what this thing entails. So you go and you see them, you respect them, you listen to them because they have some sort of special knowledge, special in-depth understanding to that which you seek. So that is the way I want to explain who a Scrum Master is. So I'm going to be moving pretty fast because, these times go pretty quick. Yeah, so I'm just going to be moving fast. So aside that, as a Scrum Master, you ensure that you follow some Scrum rules. There are rules, just like everything. If right now we're talking about being a doctor or being a surgeon, there are rules to being a surgeon. There are rules to any career path. There are rules to life itself. So the same thing in Scrum. We have the Scrum artifact, the Scrum roles, the Scrum events, the Scrum team, by the way, not the Scrum roles, the Scrum team, the Scrum artifact. So there's a whole lot of scrummings. That's the word there, I'm sure. There's a whole lot of scrummings happening. So these things are like principles that guide you. So as a person, you could say, oh, this is the principle that guide me. As a Scrum Master, you have a special knowledge and understanding of the Scrum framework and principles. And with that knowledge, you're using to guide the Scrum team on delivering complex products very fast to the market. Okay, so I'm just going to be moving pretty fast, and God help me with my network. I hope you guys are still praying. Okay, so I don't know if this is moving. So let's see. So like I said, if you have questions, by the way, please drop the questions in the comment section, and I will be taking those questions shortly. Why is my slides not moving? I think you need to start prepping Damilola, because I don't know why my slide is not moving right now. Are you sure I won't stop sharing the big screen? Okay, I see this. Let's try this. Okay, great. So now we're going to look at how an Agile project manager or Scrum Master, guys, I think I've moved way faster than this. Okay, so I'm just going to move quickly. What's happening here? Okay, so Jesus, I hope my slides cooperate with me. I hope it cooperates with me. So by the way, if you're following up with what I'm saying, let me know in the comment section. So what we're going to be looking at the skill sets of a Scrum Master. What are the skill sets of the Scrum Master? The Scrum Master possesses a specialized skill set. Now, I've had people tell me, listen, I don't have any technical skills, or I don't do that, I don't do that. And I tell you, as long as you've worked in an organization before, there are transferable soft skills that you have and can sustain you as a Scrum Master. When I mean transferable soft skills, if you've ever worked in an organization before now, or even if you're self-employed, you relate with people, that means you have communication skills. That means you can talk to people. You can talk to people in a language that they understand. So you have communication skills. And that is one of the top skills of a Scrum Master. You have listening skills. You hear people talk, you listen. You don't listen to respond. You listen to help them. You listen to guide them. So as a Scrum Master, you have good listening skills. As a Scrum Master, you have empathy. I won't say you're empathetic, but yeah, that's a word. Okay, you have empathy. Unlike the traditional organizations we have, where we have supervisors, they don't care if you're sick, they don't care if you're falling, they don't care if they don't care. Let me not say what's going on with your life. They paid you, do the job, do the job. Okay. But as a Scrum Master, you have empathy, because first, you're not working with robots, you're working with human beings. So you need to understand them so that they can trust you to be able to lead them, because the Scrum Master role is a leadership role. Once you join an organization as a Scrum Master, you've entered leadership role, not the other career paths where you are working, scheming your way, politicking your way to leadership. This one is a leadership role, because as a Scrum Master, you are leading the team, and you don't have a supervisor who you are reporting to. The people you report to are the stakeholders. You report to CEOs, COOs, you report to stakeholders, you report to upper management, top management, you report to business leadership of the people who owns the business. Those are people you report to. So it's an automatic leadership role, because what you have learned as a Scrum Master prepares you as a leader. You're going to be leading people. Now, another skill set of a Scrum Master is that you, aside the fact that you possess very good knowledge of the agile methodologies, you have a collaborating skills. You're able to collaborate. You're going to be working with people. And because as a Scrum Master, you can work remotely, though they are hybrid and they are on-site, but you can work remotely, which is what I choose. It's easier for me, by the way. But you're going to be working with a lot of people all over the world, Indians, people in Canada, US, a lot of people, and you need to be able to collaborate. You can't say, oh, because I'm a Nigerian, You need to know how to work with people from different races, different nationalities, and all of that, and gather everybody together to focus on the project that you guys are set out to do. Okay, so we're going to look at other skill sets of a Scrum Master. I want my slides to move very fast. Adaptability and flexibility. Okay, so in agile environments, there is adaptability. There is no knowest, meaning that nobody expects you to know everything. So for instance, you get a job as a Scrum Master in an automobile company, let's say in Jaguar or Mercedes. Heck, you haven't, built cars. You haven't built cars before. Even the software engineer is going to be in your Scrum team, the back end, the front end engineer, the QA analyst, the DevOps, name all the tech skill sets that's going to be in your Scrum team. They have not built cars before. But of course, as we are coming together to work in that organization, we understand what it takes. We will adapt to what it takes to build that product or services. And we are flexible. Flexible means that we can be working on something and things can change. The stakeholders can say, you know what, we can't focus on this. What we're working on, we need to stop. We need to push it to Q4 and pull other things to Q1. If for instance, we're in Q1, things can change. Aside that, when we're talking about agile, we're carrying the user along. The idea is that we release bit and bit of our products to the end user, get their feedback, and work on their feedback, which is continuous improvement. So that's where we're carrying the user along. Not that we're going to build everything end to end and give to the user, and then we're seeing the user say we don't like it, we're not making money, oh, this is that. They give us very gory feedback. Agile is saying we're not waiting to build everything end to end and then dump inside the market and probably not make money off it. We build it bit by bit by bit, send it to the user, they get their feedback, we improve on it, we send it back. So by the time we're done building that project or product end to end, the users already love it. They love it. They're going to use it. They're going to buy it. They're going to subscribe and do all of that. So we are flexible to change. We are not rigid, unlike the waterfall methodology. Waterfall is rigid. There are those kind of people that say, I cannot change. These I am, these I am. That's not how you are. You can change because it's a complex world. So another thing we look at is performance improvements. Okay, Scrum Masters play a very pivotal role in productivity and quality. It's all about quality. You're not going to dish out whatever you like there to the users. When I talk about users, you and I are users. We use Facebook, we use Instagram, we use a lot of products. Today, a lot of people have transferred money, used a lot of different applications today. So you and I, at the end of the day, are still users, and nobody's going to use a crappy product. If you subscribe to a fintech app and you want to get a virtual card for anything you want to do, and it takes you ages, as if they're asking for your grandfather and grandmother's thing, and you're going to leave it. You're going to leave the application for them because I'm sure there's another application that makes it easier for you. These days, technology, not just these days, technology is to make your life easier. So Scrum Masters, when we are building applications with the Scrum team, we're looking at productivity, we're looking at quality, we're looking to ensure that what we are building is great. And we're also, key thing is that we're looking at delivering speed through agile methodology. All these things I'm saying, all this English I'm speaking, at the end of the day, we're looking to ensure that we're delivering that product or service timely to the market. Now think about it. Let's say you are a chef, so you cook jollof rice, okay? Let's say you cook jollof rice to a certain market. So they've known that this particular market, you sell food and you sell jollof rice. The thing about selling jollof rice is that in that market, you're not the only one selling jollof rice. So, and if you don't cook very fast, if you don't take time to cook very fast and get to the market, in the mornings, let's say you're supposed to be in the market by 9 o'clock, because people want to, so some people want to eat in the morning before going about their daily activities. You know, with this analogy I'm talking about, stay with me. So if you're kind of person who takes your precious little time to say, okay, I'm going to get to the market by 10 o'clock, somebody else is in the market by 7 a.m., 8 a.m., and they've sold to people. By the time you get to the market, there's nobody to buy your food. So the idea of agile is that we need to deliver fast, because that thing that you are doing, that product that you're trying to get to the market, you're not the only one trying to get that product to the market. And then leadership. I've talked about leadership. An agile role is a leadership role. You are a leader. There's no two ways about it. So some people who have innate leadership skills, Scrum is going to come quite easy to them. Okay, aside, you also need to gather soft skills, persuasive skills, and all of that. You need to have forecast. Just type the soft skills of a Scrum Master. You're going to see a whole lot. But like I said, what are the top soft skills? Communication, listening skills, empathy. You need to be empathetic to people. You need to know that you're working with human beings. You also need to have forecast. You need to be able to project, okay? If we get into the class proper, we don't project from nothingness. We don't project by thinking and hoping. We project using data. Okay, so those are one of the things that the skill sets of a Scrum Master. So now this is where it gets really exciting. We're going to look at how to use JIRA to solve real world issues. Okay, and like I said earlier, Scrum is not just limited to tech. Scrum can work. You can work in the marketing organization. You can work even in construction where they are building. Scrum can work there. Anywhere Scrum can work there. And when we talk about JIRA, some people say, what is JIRA? JIRA is a project management tool. And there are tons of project management tools there. There's JIRA, there's Azure DevOps called ADO, Azure DevOps ADO, there is Trello, there is Asana, there's Monday.com. These are lots of project management tools. When I talk about project management tools, just like if I say I'm a plumber now and you call me to your house to fix some things that have to do with plumbing, I'll not just wear my shoe and be coming like that. I will carry some tools in the back. The same way as a Scrum Master, you need tools. We don't just go and start leading people. You sit down here, you stand up, what do you, no. We don't do all of that. You have tools that help you do things effortlessly, okay? And even this JIRA, it's not just limited to Scrum Masters. Agile project managers use JIRA. Project managers use JIRA. Some people use JIRA because it's a tool that helps you manage your project in a way that it's seamless, it's easy, okay? So it's a software, by the way, that helps you do all manner of projects. So even in an organization, the marketing team can use JIRA. So it's not saying, oh, it's just Scrum Masters, and no. Even in an organization, the finance team can use JIRA. The product team can use JIRA. Name it, HR too can use JIRA. So it's not just limited. That's why I told you that when we say Scrum, when we say Agile, everybody, you can, even for your personal life, you can use JIRA. It's all about managing projects, nothing really peculiar. And when I hear people say, oh, Josephine, there's a lot of project management, so why JIRA? JIRA is the most popular. So 8 out of 10 organizations use JIRA. And I tell people that your understanding of JIRA gives you a leverage to understand rest. What do I mean by that? We're currently using Zoom. Is Zoom the only video conferencing tool? We use Google. And by the way, in my organization, we use Google Meet. So there is also another video conferencing tool where you can see me in real time and hear me in real time. But the interfaces are different, okay? There is also something called the MS Team. That's the Microsoft made the MS Team. It's also a video conferencing tool where you can see people in real time, have a large number of people being in a space, here talk in real time. So your understanding of JIRA helps you know what to do in Azure DevOps. So you need to grab JIRA. JIRA is the most popular. That's why we're looking at JIRA. But if you know JIRA, you can work with other project management tools. So what I'm going to choose this evening is software development project. And I hope I've been able to explain to us that you can use JIRA for any kind of project that you deem fit, okay? So I'm going into my JIRA right now. I hope, because JIRA can be set when your network is down. It will just tell you, I'm not opening and you can't say anything about it. So I'm going to look into the room, by the way. Guys, if you're catching up, let me know. If you have questions, please drop it. Don't say, I'm not this one. Just drop. Don't forget the question. No, don't forget the question. Let me look into the comment section. Okay, I see that you guys are already dropping questions. Pretty good, pretty good. Awesome. And by the way, let me just state it here that I have no IT background. So if people that can do FBI work, go and check it. I don't have IT background. I don't have tech background prior to now. So let's say I study business admin, I study plumbing, I study catering, I study this. You can be a Scrum Master. You are not writing one line of code. We are not teaching you. Nothing concern programming. Sorry for people who are not Nigerians. I'm going to be using a lot of Nigerian parlance to talk. But yeah, nothing is your business with programming. You will not write one line of code. Just understand the Scrum principles, the Scrum framework, and understand how to use your JIRA, because that's your tool. You can't completely say, oh, I'm a project manager, agile project manager, or you're a Scrum Master without knowing how to use JIRA. So currently, aside other projects that Analytics is managing or building, by the way, they're also building an e-commerce store, which they call it the Shopalytics. Shopalytics, that's what they call it. So it's an e-commerce store. And all of us know e-commerce stores. They're very popular ones out there. Amazon, name it, Jumia, Nigeria, a lot of e-commerce stores. I can't really remember all of them right now, but Chainalytics is building their own e-commerce store. So this is JIRA, by the way, and I know you're seeing a lot, and some people say, what's this lady? What's all this? So let me explain. So currently, I'm in what we call the backlog, okay? This is the backlog. Okay, so what I'm showing right now is the backlog. And you want to ask, oh, Justin, what is backlog? We call it the product backlog in Scrum. Okay, this is the Scrum. When I say you're a Scrum Master, for them to not pay you like a thief, we are diving inside what you need to know as a Scrum Master. So what I'm teaching, what I'm talking about right now is the Scrum artifacts. So the Scrum artifacts, we have the product backlog, the sprint backlog, and the increment. I don't like hard things. The easiest way, see, all these things I'm saying, it's not like they are stamped on my head like that. Let me just tell people the truth. I like easy way to think. The way I study Scrum, I study with acronyms. When you tell me, wake me up in the middle of the night and say, Justin, what is Scrum artifact? The first thing that comes to my head is PSI. I just say PSI. Then I'll now use, idea to now answer, because that's what happened to me now. Let me just tell you the truth. That's what happened to me. There's a lot of things to learn in this tech career path, a lot of things to learn, and we keep learning a lot. So the easiest way For me to grab some things is to learn it through acronym. So we have something we call the Scrum artifact. The Scrum artifact is 3, which is the product backlog. The P is the product backlog. The S, excuse me, is the sprint backlog. The I is the increment. So this is product backlog. You now want to ask, so what is product backlog? Don't go too far. Product backlog is simple. It's like a container where you throw in items. Me and you, we have product backlog. You see that thing that I was going through Instagram a few minutes before this class, and I saw a post where people were breaking their safe where they put money. Some guys were breaking their safe where they put money. You see the safe. The safe is the product backlog. The money they are throwing inside is the product backlog items. All these items. So when you see Instagram, Facebook, all these things, how did they build it? How did they build Instagram? How did they build Facebook? It started with throwing items. Items are like the features of that product that you want to build and throwing it inside what we call the product backlog. Because what you want to build is a product, whether it's service, whether it's tangible, non-tangible, all of them, we termed it as a product. So it's simple. It's just like you're going to the grocery store. And stay with me. Stay with me. Don't go anywhere. Don't think about food this night. Stay with me. I'm talking about product backlog. It's just like going to the grocery store. So if you're going to the grocery store now, you have a list of items. Okay, what do you want to buy? So let me say off the top of my head, I want to buy tissue. I want to buy some skincare product. That's why my face is shiny. Skincare is killing. Don't have to say anything. I know it. Okay. So I want to also buy some food items, by the way. So when I'm talking about product backlog, I have to make a list if I want to buy something and I want to get to the grocery store. So I make a list. So is it I'm making a mental list or I'm making a physical list where I grab a sticky note or a paper with my pen and I'm saying, okay, number 1 is tissue, number 2 is oil, number 3 is pepper, that kind of a thing. So I'm making a list. So that place I'm making the list, the book, that thing I'm holding, the sticky note is the product backlog. The items I'm listing is the product backlog items because that is how building a product starts. If you are to cook jollof rice, by the way, I'm a certified foodie, unapologetic. You can reach out to me after this class or you get into my WhatsApp group. That's okay. So, but let's cook jollof rice now. And let's talk about product. How does product backlog align with jollof rice? If you want to cook jollof rice now, what are you going to do? You need items to cook jollof rice. Or you put it down in the comment section. What now? Not people that like food. People I will get into my WhatsApp group and people that cannot join it. If you want to cook jollof, and I mean Nigerian jollof rice, sorry, that's the one that slaps more. That's the one that slaps more. If you want to cook Nigerian jollof rice now, what are the features? What do you need to cook Nigerian jollof rice? Because I'm talking about product backlog. And if that's the only thing that you collected today, that's something. Put it down in the comment section. If you want to cook jollof rice, what do you need? What are the items you need for jollof rice? Okay, yeah, I get it from Stella. Stella says you need pepper, you need rice. Okay, those are items. What else do we need? Is it only Stella that knows how to cook here? Hey, you don't know how to eat. Nobody knows how to cook. Thank you. You need salt. Abisu, you need spices. Michael said you need tomato. Where did you go to? I get it. I get what you're trying to say. You need tomato. So all these items that they are listing now. Do you know what the product backlog is? The product backlog is this message box this Zoom message box is the product backlog. The items inside that we are listing now, bay leaf, oil, tomato, spices, these are product backlog items. And they are the features. You cannot successfully cook jollof rice without these items. How do you build a product without even listing the features that you need for that product? So when we say something, we're talking about product backlog. We're saying there is a container where we throw in the items that you need for that product. So if you have jollof rice as a project now, you're in an organization literally, and they say the project for this Q1 first quarter is jollof rice. The first thing you want to do is that you need to start thinking, what do I need to cook jollof rice? That's what the product owner, by the way, is going to be thinking. What do I need to cook jollof rice? Oh, we need salt, we need pepper, we need oil, we need rice, we need this. So all of those items will be thrown inside the product backlog, and that is where we start picking them to work. So even your Instagram, your Facebook, even this Zoom, that is how it all started. Everything started with a product backlog and product backlog items. So I hope I've been able to do justice to that. So I'd really love to talk about the sprint backlog and the increment. I'm looking at my time right now, and I think I just need to get into it. So let's look at how, okay, just now you talk about product backlog items. How do you even go about creating these items? Remember, we talked about so let's look at it. We're building Shopalytics, which is what an e-commerce store. Let's look at what are the things that will enable you build an e-commerce store successfully. If you are in an e-commerce store, I want to see it on the comment section. If you're in an e-commerce store, what are the things that you see? You see a sign up. You have to sign up first. Okay, you put your email, your phone number, whatever things they're going to ask you. And then once you finish signing up, you need to use those details to log in. So people, all my guys, you guys know yourself, people like me, my WhatsApp is always shopping, that cannot stand up to do anything. Tell me, what are the things that you're going to see in an e-commerce store? If you download an application now, like Amazon, for instance, and you want to, that's your first time of using Amazon, how is the journey going to start for a customer? What is your user journey? What is your, because now you're a user and you're downloading Amazon for the very first time. What is your customer journey or your user journey going to look like? The first thing I know is that you download the application. They need you as a user. They need your data. So the first thing they ask you is to sign up. Okay. When you sign up, you need to log in. When you now log in, you probably need to create your profile. So this is how the user journey starts. Before you even go ahead as shopping or adding anything to cart. So let's look at one particular thing. We talked about login. We've gone past that stage in this project. So let's look at product reviews and ratings. I like Twitter bragging. You know why I chose product review and rating? Because we are culprits today. When you go to your iOS store or your Play Store to download an application, the first thing you and I do is that we go and read reviews. We go and read the reviews. You now see how many stars is 5 star, only one star. See the reviews. You're going to dump that app. You're going to drop it like it's hot. So let's look at, if we want to build something like that in Shopalytics, how are we even going to start? The first thing we need to do is to create a user story. You might want to ask me, hey, just me, I've got me again. Which one is user story? What's this one? So a user story is the story according to the user. Remember I told you at the beginning of this class that when you're building an application, whether it's products, whether it's service, but it's something that users will use. Who are you building for? It's not for your family, it's not for your friends, it's for the users, okay? So if you want to build something, you build it according to the user. If you're a chef right now, let's look, these things are very practical. Let's not go too far. If you're a chef and you've been contacted to Davido's wedding, the one they did is traditional marriage. You guys understand? Wedding is coming up. So you're a chef that they've contracted that you're going to take care of the guests in Davido's wedding coming up very soon. Okay. And as that chef, you're supposed to cater for, let's just say, roughly 1,000 guests. Now, what are you going to do? If you cook the rice, let's say you have a plethora of dishes that you want, let's stay at jollof rice. If you cook jollof rice now, are you cooking it for your family and friends? No. You are cooking it for the public. And if you're going to cook it for the public, you need to know, you can't say, oh, because you're a chef and you're an ulcer patient, for instance, and you don't like pepper, you don't like something too spicy, you now cook that rice for Davido's wedding that does not have pep. Is every other person ulcer patient? And by the way, apologies to ulcer patients just for analogy. So at the end of the day, whatever that you're doing it for the user, by the user. Your feelings, how you feel or think is irrelevant. Because by the time I'm using it, I'm using an application. Let's say I'm on Instagram and I need to post a reel, okay? And the Scrum team, the engineer that built that reel, built it in such a way that's going to suit him. How is that my business? If I'm using the reel and I'm not able to post real videos, I'm not able to do what I'm supposed to do, I will ditch it. So what I'm trying to say is that the first thing you need to create with to add that list that you're going to add inside the product backlog. In creating that list, there's something we call user story. We are building it according to the user. That is why it's called a user story. A story according to the user. So the first thing, we're looking at product reviews and ratings. So let me go back again. I guess I was just too fast. The first thing you want to do is click here. This graded blue button. You click here, it says create, okay? It goes and creates something like a card or an envelope for you, like you're seeing on my screen. Now, the next thing you want to do is, I don't know why my network is doing like this, but guys, like I said, pray for me. So guys, you see, this is the Scrum project. So it says, first of all, identify the project I am on, okay? And in JIRA, you can do a number of projects. A lot of projects can go on concurrently on JIRA, by the way. Excuse me. So like you're seeing on my screen right now, I hope my mouse cooperates with me as well. Okay, so if I click on this drop down, you're going to see other projects, analytics, market campaign, and all of that. That's a different campaign for their marketing team. So, but what I'm concerned about is the Scrum project. And right now you're seeing this called the story. Okay, this is a story, and this is for the user. And what am I concerned about? We want to build a feature in the e-commerce store that enables customers to rate their experience, rate the product, so that people can, it can give more visibility to other users and encourage other users to try Shopalytics, by the way. So what are we'll come here to the summary. This is where we start cooking the food. The food start cooking from here. So we type products, we type products, let me just go all caps. Let me just, I love caps. Products, reviews, and rating. Okay, that is what we're concerned about. We type product reviews and rating. Now, this is product reviews and rating. I want to take it really slow, so I'll just go ahead to click on create. So once I click on create, guess where this is going to my product backlog. Because I have identified one feature that this application needs. We are building a lot of it. We're building features, feature by feature, but I've identified that currently Shopalytics does not have a product review and rating, which is really very important today. Guys, look at it. Look at my product review. So it is part of what I have right now on my, it's part of what I have right now on my product backlog. Okay, so I'm going to go inside. So first thing is I have created a user story, meaning that I have identified that this e-commerce store that we're building, Shopalytics, we need a product review and ratings from customers. Now, this is the process before the engineers start even coding or building whatever they want to build. They don't just build from the top of their head. They need a user story to carry out their task. So now I come to the description. We're still talking about user stories, guys. Stay with me, okay? So now product reviews and ratings, is that all there is to it? No. It's just like saying you're cooking jollof rice and you've identified user story rice, okay? You've identified user story, you've created a user story called rice, which is one of the features of jollof rice. Now, that's not it. That's not all, by the way. You need to now talk about how will this rice come about. Is it India rice they are going to use? Is it Nigeria rice? Is it local rice? Is it Ofada rice? Is it basmati rice? There's a lot of rice. So at the description of every user story, we'll now describe it according to what the user wants to see and how the user will use that particular functionality. It's just like on Instagram. I'll go to Instagram again. If you want to make a post on Instagram, the first thing they did was to create a user story, for instance, make a post. Now, but that's not all. If you want to make a post, there's an icon for you to click. It gives you a step-by-step before you finally make that post on Instagram. That's it, because there was a description to that particular story. There was a description to that particular user story. So now we've created a user story called product reviews and ratings. We now want to now add something that we call description and acceptance criteria. The description says we are describing product reviews and ratings. How is it going to be? Because if you don't describe it, engineers are going to build whatever they like. Engineer A likes different thing, engineer B likes different thing, software engineer C likes different thing. But it has to be uniform. Okay, if they are building something, it has to cut across, it has to be uniform. So the first thing we have to do is talk about the description. And when we're talking about the description, we're looking at the who, what, and why. Oh my, I hope there's a lot of time to talk about this. So, but let's get to it. So let's get to it. I think I have to put down some things here to make it really, really fast. This is about 8:57 my time. Okay, so I'm just going to do copy and paste while I also explain it. But I wish there's a whole lot of time to do lots of things here. So now we're looking at the description. We want users to review and rate the product that is on Shopalitics. Now, how is that going to happen? How will that come about? Now, the first thing you want to do is to write a description of that particular feature, of that particular functionality. As a user, the user is what we identify as who. The user could be, excuse me, the user could be anybody, okay, as a user, as Josephine, as as Eukarya, as anybody is the user, okay. As a user, I want to read. There is a why. Why do you want? Who is the first person? When I say who needs to review and rate the product is a user. We've identified that one first of all. Now, why? Why do you want users to review and rate? So we need to establish the why. We've established the who. Now we need to look at the why. I want to read and submit reviews and ratings for products. This is the why. Oh, by the way, this is the what. Okay, I think I missed it up. This is the what. What do you need them to do? Well, first of all, establish who the user is. We establish what we need them to do before the why. The what comes before the why. What do they need to do? If you created a functionality that says add to cart, for instance, why? Who needs to add to cart? The users. What would they need to do when they add to cart? You need to explain it to them. Have you looked at that? Sometimes you go to a website, you click on a website, or you go to an application, and the things, everything is just like they're almost teaching you how to program. The website is cumbersome. You don't know, you can't easily see how to navigate. It's as if you are a tech person, and that's not the idea. Users are not tech people. They did not study Scrum. They are not software engineers. So we need to make sure that the application we are building is easy peasy. Not if you look at this generation is a now generation, they don't have time to waste. So we need to establish who, what, and why. What do they need these reviews and ratings for? They want to be able to read and submit reviews and ratings for products. And now, why? Why? The why is the main thing right now, because the why talks about, at the end of the day, what is the end goal? What is the end goal for this at the end of the day? So the why talks about so that they can make informed purchasing decision. And that's what we all do. We need to read reviews. Nobody wants to waste their MB downloading an application that's crappy. I don't want to do that. I mean, you guys know what it takes to buy data, by the way, in Nigeria. So why do I want to waste not just data? Why do I want to waste my time downloading an application or even clicking on a product that people don't like? So how am I supposed to know that I need to be able to rate products, rate the services? Just like saying you buy something from an Instagram vendor, you need to be able to give your reviews. But this is a virtual review. You put it right there, and it's also anonymous. So nobody, sometimes it's anonymous, sometimes it's not, by the way. So we create the who, the what, and the why. We've established that. Then we need to establish something else called the acceptance criteria. The acceptance criteria is what will success looks like. By the way, sorry, I think I'm forgetting. Damilola, please give me a nudge if I am, going past the time that I have, but give me a nudge, okay? So let me see this. So we're gonna talk about the acceptance criteria. And we're talking about acceptance criteria. We're looking at how will success look like. Acceptance criteria is okay, now that we have established who needs to do what do they need to do and why, how will success look like for the product reviews and rating? One of the first things we want to see is that the product details page should display existing user reviews and average rating. Okay, we want to have a product details page where we can see people, other previous users who have rated the product and what their ratings were. We want to see that. That is what success looks like. If the engineers are going to build this functionality, this is what they build. This is the template. at which they are going to build it. They are not going to build that, oh, James, this is what I like. No, James, John, Joey, they are going to build this according to the acceptance criteria, because this is what success looks like according to the customer. And now outside, when we have established that there is a product display page, we're also going to look at the users to be able to submit a review and ratings, 1 to 5 stars. That is our cap. We're looking at from 1 star to 5 stars. So they are going to be able to, with that product page, they're able to review the product or rate the product as the case may be using the star. And then another thing is that the system should validate. So we're even going further again. We don't want non-users to be able to come to our Shopality site to review products. We want a user who has experienced it. By the way, how do you review what you have not experienced? Okay, that's going to probably send bugs to our application, and we don't want that. So for any user to be able to review, drop their reviews and their ratings, they should have been a registered user, meaning they should have gone through the process of logging into the app, signing up in the app, creating a profile, even checking out the products before they will not say, oh, this is what I think. Because you cannot experience a product you have not used, by the way. And now the next thing we want to look at is that new reviews and ratings should be displayed immediately after submission. There should not be any time wasting. Remember, we're in noun generation. So if I drop my review, by the way, it should be able to display now that this is what, or this is how I feel about the website, or how I feel about the product. So we're going to stop here. There's so much more to it. And in acceptance criteria, there are different ways of writing acceptance criteria. We have the TDD, the PDD, the ATDD. But if you get to the class, guys, it's going to be fun because we'll talk about a whole lot of things. What I'm doing right now is just to scratch the surface. So let's look at, there is also a data analytics part of it. Remember, I told you that as a Scrum Master, you should be able to forecast. You should be able to forecast. I talk very fast. You should be able to forecast. Now, in forecasting, we don't just forecast from nothingness. We don't just forecast from space. Okay, we have data that inform the decisions that we make. Because remember, I told you that as a Scrum Master, you're a leader. You don't have a supervisor telling you what to do. You are your own leader, but you report to stakeholders. Now, for you to report to stakeholders, to say, hi, stakeholders, Mr. Chairman, Mr. CEO, and all of that, this is where we are with the project. Because these are the people who have the deep pockets. These are people that are bringing money and making billions of dollars for any project that's going on in an organization. So if you're able to give them progress reports to say, this is how far we're working, and you're not giving them progress report from the way you feel or from your emotions, you're giving them based off of data. Because all these very rich people, venture capitalists, stakeholders, they like figures, they like go straight to the point. They don't want you to rigmarole. They are all about ROI, return on investment, what you're doing. Let's see step by step on how you're progressing with that. So in JIRA, you're going to see the burn down chart, the burn up chart, the velocity. There's also the cycle time, lead cycle time, and all of that. But we focus majorly on the burn down and the burn up chart. So I don't know if time is going to permit me to explain a whole lot of things here. We also have the velocity. So what I'm showing you here is the past sprints that we have done in Shopality and how far we're going with those sprints. So this is the velocity. Velocity talks about, helps you understand how much work the team can take. So when we talk about Scrum team, if the people in your team are 5, unlike traditional organization where let's say you're in the marketing department and you people are 5 and 5 people are doing the work of 20 people, you can't do that in Scrum. That's overloading people. That's like dishing more food that they can eat. In Scrum, velocity helps you determine how much work an individual in your team can take. It's just like saying, I'm hungry, and I come to your house and you dish food. Over time, that I come to your house often and you give me food, you should be able to have noticed that, oh, Jocelyn is a picky eater, she doesn't eat much. So you are now able to dish the food that I can finish in a particular sitting. That's how it is. Unlike the average traditional organization, you can see one person doing the work of 15 people, one person doing the work of 5 people. With data, you cannot allow that in Scrum. Scrum helps you make sure that everything you're doing is there's data to back it up, so that you can manage expectations. Stakeholders are people who have high expectations. They are on a project, they want you to deliver now. All they're thinking about is money. How can we make money off of this project? And they're going to be putting pressure on you as a Scrum Master. But you will cower to pressure. You will shrink to pressure if you don't understand how to interpret data. Because if you have 5 people in your Scrum team and they're expecting you to take on the task of 20 people, for instance, that's not possible. Don't say, oh, yes, sir, we can do it. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Okay, sir. Yeah. No. Before you know, you're out of the job because you can't deliver on your promises. Okay? You're going to overburden, and that's why you see people break down. You see people having mental relapse. They are tired. You see people sick because they are doing so much work that they have capacity for. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to roll back to Damilola to see if we have time. But there's a whole lot that I cannot unpack in this class. But just to give you an idea how we start the project, start from the product backlog, move it to the sprint backlog, have an increment, and then we also have the data aspect of it and sprints and a whole lot. But I really look forward to seeing a lot of you in class come August so that we can deep dive. I'm using corporate word right now. Deep dive into this. So I'm going to put a pin here and push the ball back to Damilola to continue the rest of the session. Hi, Damilola. How are we doing?
Hi, Josephine. Thank you so much. So if you absolutely enjoyed the session with Josephine, can you please give her a round of applause in the chat? That was an amazing session, right, guys? Anybody? Just give me a minute. Okay. All right. Please confirm you can hear me clearly.
Loud and clear, Daniela.
All right. So again, I'm saying if you guys enjoyed this session with Josephine, can we give a round of applause, some favorite emoji. Thank you, Josephine, for coming. That was an amazing session. So very quickly, I'm going to run us through the last part of the session very quickly, and then we'll be out of here in about 30 minutes. So if you can see my screen, just trying to pull that up very quickly. All right, so I see the emojis coming in. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and walk you through how you can get started as a Scrum Master. So Josephine has told us who a Scrum Master, Agile Project Manager or a Scrum Master is. And, we've pretty much gone through the practical part of it. So I'm going to share my screen now and walk us through how you can get started as a Scrum Master. Adam, please give me a thumbs up. It's thumbs up if you can see my screen.
Yeah, your screen is up.
All right, so we've pretty much gone through all of this, right? And yes, at this point, I'm going to be walking you through how you can get started as a Scrum Master. All right, so do you want to get into tech easily and become a Scrum Master, become an Agile Project Manager or a Scrum Master? Then this is definitely for you. So this course is ideal for aspiring Scrum Masters at all skill levels. If you want to become a Scrum Master, this program is definitely for you. Josephine has told us what an Agile Project Manager and a Scrum Master does, right? So you delve into the essentials of Scrum methodologies, master the art of efficient project management, and also on your leadership skills in facilitating successful Agile teams, right? And through practical sessions, you're going to be gaining hands-on experience in implementing Scrum principles, resolving real-world challenges, and also optimizing team productivity. Okay, so a big project or a big career awaits you when you start the Scrum Master journey. Now, obviously, like before the start of the session, Josephine also took us through what is the amount or the salary that a Scrum Master earns, right? So I'm just going to skip this part, but also note that it's a top market demand. It's an in-demand skill. Reflecting its importance, LinkedIn featured Scrum Master role in its 2019 most promising jobs list, emphasizing the high demand and growth potential in this field. So Scrum Masters are needed in literally every sector, everywhere, simply because of how they're able to manage teams, how they're able to, fast track projects and also manage projects to fruition, just what the company wants or the industry wants. All right, so this is the quick overview of the project. If you look at my screen, you'd see that it's an instructor 100% online and virtual instructor led. You don't have to leave the comfort of your home to take this program, right? Just by registering, you're able to join the classes. You join the classes from the comfort of your home. There's no such thing as trying to catch a cab or whatever before you're able to join the class. All right, so we have 10 plus topics and 10 plus classes and 20 topics to go through. 100% job visibility. You get to work from home, you get to, do hybrid roles and so on and so forth. Very hands-on and practical. Just, the 1 hour that we spent here so far, you can see the practical aspect that we're able to go through with Josephine. That's 8 million naira in Nigerian currency. If you're in UK, it's 52,500 as a Scrum Master on the average. You also get industry relevant certification, okay? Lifetime access to your materials and your experts. You get to work on different projects to add to your portfolio, and then you get 1 month of training plus 1 month of 2 months of training plus 1 month of virtual internship. So this is the thorough Agile Project Manager Scrum Master curriculum, right? And it basically starts from foundations of project management. Foundations of project management. So it's a very beginner-friendly course. You don't have to have any background or any skill set or what have you. Just come as you are with your commitment, right? And then these are the topics that you're going to be going through: introductions to project management, methodologies, project management structure. You also get to work on case studies as you go through the project. You get to work on case studies as you go through the project. For example, introduction to project management methodologies. After going through introduction to project management, what project management entails, the essential roles of a project manager, basic project management tools, project management methodologies. You get to work through the 3 of them: the waterfall, the agile, and the hybrid. You also get to work through project management estimation and duration and cost and so on and so forth. So basically, then you work on a case study, that is launching a new product, a case scenario where you get to walk through how to launch a new project as a project manager. Then you also look at the project management structure, talk about, walk through a case study, talking about event planning for a tech conference and how you can plan that conference as a project manager. Then we look at the project management skills and communication, talking about leadership and communication techniques that you need to have or know as a certified or an agile project manager with Scrum Master. Along the line, as you are working on different, you're progressing in the program, you're also working on case study, just so you have like a real life scenario approach to working as a Scrum Master. We look at the project manager skills and responsibilities, then work on a case study where you work on budget management, right, for a software development project. Okay, then we'll move to foundations of Agile and Scrum, talking about introduction to Agile methodologies and the Scrum framework essentials. You look at the advanced Scrum and Agile practices, where we talk about advanced Scrum techniques and also the Agile project management tools. So don't worry, I'm going to share these slides for you to have an in-depth look into everything I'm going to be covering in the Scrum program. All right. We look at the Agile metrics and Scrum skills, talking about Agile metrics and reporting, how you report your Agile your Agile project. And then look at the Scrum Master techniques, skills, and responsibilities. What are you supposed to know how to do as a Scrum Master? What will you be doing as a Scrum Master? Then we look at the Agile leadership and team dynamics. And then we take a look at the real world Agile project management. Okay, looking at using a real life case study approach. Then we also look at outsourcing. So when you ask if the questions are pre-recorded, if the sessions are pre-recorded, do you mean the live classes? I'm not sure what you're asking for. Okay, all right. So what are the tools that you're going to learn as a Scrum Master? You learn how to use JIRA, all right? JIRA for track. What we just used earlier is JIRA, okay? So you learn how to use JIRA for tracking project deliverables. You learn how to use JIRA to track bugs. You learn how to use JIRA to write user stories and also epics, okay? Then you also learn how to use Trello for team collaboration, that is to collaborate with your team and track progress of projects. So as a Scrum Master, you're going to be working with different people within your team. You work with software developers, you work with business analysts, you work with data scientists or data engineers, you work with developers and project, as a project manager, and you work as a project manager and the Scrum Master. And to be able to collaborate with different people within your team, you also need to know how to use Trello, tools like Trello and JIRA for team collaboration and to track the progress of your project. So this program is after the end, you get to work on 2 full end-to-end projects. Okay, you get to do 1 month of internship to gain work experience so that when you go out there, eventually when you've finished the program and you go out there, you're able to still keep these are the projects that I've worked on as a Scrum Master. This is the project I was able to work on. These are the tools that I know how to use. And then you also get to interact with top professionals like Josephine. And then you also you're going to be going through a cutting edge curriculum. All right, so I'll get you ready for your first job as a Scrum Master and also prepare you for your professional Scrum Master certification. All right, so these are some of the projects that I'm going to be working on. For example, our students currently, they worked on an employee self-service portal development project. It's a Scrum Master internship project. So when you get out there and you are in the process of an interview, they ask you, what project have you worked on as a Scrum Master? You're able to say, oh, in the company that I worked with previously, I was able to work on an employee self-service portal, right? This is the overview of the projects. They had to develop an employee self-service portal for the human resource department of a company, right? And as a Scrum Master, as the Agile Project Manager, your role is pivotal in facilitating the agile development process and ensuring effective collaboration between the development team and stakeholders, right? So what you'll be doing as a Scrum Master is obviously like listed here. You facilitate right here, right? You facilitate agile ceremonies, maintain and manage the product backlog, you identify and eliminate incidents, you monitor and track sprint progress, and then you foster collaboration within the team. That's what you'll be doing as a Scrum Master. Everything highlighted here, and eventually they were able to deliver some of these things that we have on our screen as the reports of the project. They were able to build a cumulative flow diagram using JIRA. They were able to also build a burn-up report chart, a burn-down report chart. All of those things you learn in the program. They were also able to, this is a JIRA board where they were able to manage their project. So these are the things that you're going to be learning how to do in the Agile Project Management Scrum Master program. So we've talked about who a Scrum Master is, and we've also looked at what you're going to be doing within the program. Then why should you train with Tenalytics? Why should you choose Tenalytics as your training partner? Number one is our up-to-date curriculum. I already showed us the curriculum earlier, everything that it entails, and you can see how packed it is, and how you're going to be learning so much, gaining so much value. All right, so up-to-date curriculum. We also have industry experts with hands-on experience. You can see, during the course of Josephine's session, how she was able to use our own experience to teach us and also take us through the program, the practical part of the session. Then we have the blended training to deliver blended training delivery to accommodate everyone. So whether you're a slow learner, you're a fast learner, you are not available on some days or what have you, you're able to, regardless, be a part of the program. Then we have the additional employability services, right, that I'm going to explain later on. Then we also have the internship, designed to simulate the real world environment. So again, when I said earlier that you're going to be working on projects that would, showcase you as an expert, showcase that you have experience working on these things. Via the internship, you're going to be working on the internship, working on projects that stimulate the real world environment. And all of these things come together to make you an agile project manager and a Scrum Master. So again, they've pretty much explained we pretty much talked through who an agile project manager is, someone who facilitates a team and works on projects using the agile method, right? So he or she ensures that the team follows agile rules, works well together, solves any problem that comes up, and the project goes smoothly. All right. So you can work as a product owner and agile. You're facilitating interaction between the product owners, team members, such as the developers and data scientists and all of those people as the agile project manager. So what are your key learning areas? Of course, you get to walk through the introduction to project management. Then you learn project management skills and communication, foundation of agile and Scrum, understanding the Scrum framework, the Scrum artifact increments, the Scrum artifacts, right? The increments and sprint and product backlogs, the advanced Scrum and agile practices. You get to know how to use JIRA and Confluence for projects end to end. JIRA and Confluence for projects end to end. You learn how to use Kanban boards for workflow management. You learn how to use agile metrics and reporting using the velocity, the burn up charts and the burn down charts. You get to also learn leadership and real world application. Okay, you learn Nexus Skilled Scrum, and then you also have a thorough session on preparing for the professional Scrum Master examination. All right, so the learning timeline is 4 months. All right, 4 solid months. So you have 3 months of live classes where you're learning how to everything that entails becoming an agile project manager and a Scrum Master, and then you have 1 month of real world internship. All right, so classes are on Saturdays and Sundays. On Saturdays, we have between 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time, and then on Sundays we have 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. West African time. All right, so there's also more to this. There is a lot more to this in our how we position you for success in job market in 3-layered approach. Number 1 is the CV review sessions, the LinkedIn optimization and Upwork sessions. The CV review is where you get to meet with our internal experts who helps you to walk through your CV. So you see people who, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So you see people having different a lot of things on their CV, a lot of irrelevant things on their CV. Will teach you how to optimize your CV in a way that it's, attractive to recruiters. We have the LinkedIn optimization where you are walked through by an expert on how to optimize your LinkedIn profile, on how to optimize your LinkedIn profile, whereby you're able to fine-tune it in a way that attracts recruiters, right? We have the Upwork optimization session where we bring in Upwork optimization experts to walk you through how to get started as an Upwork expert. Then we have the navigating the job market sessions where where you get to meet with experts and they talk to you through how to navigate the job market, where to apply to, where to go to apply, things to apply, how to restructure your CV all the time, how to update your CV all the time to ensure that it matches the description, that the requirements of the company. You have your job and interview preparation sessions where you're taking through how to apply to jobs. And if, at the end of the day, you eventually are able to land an interview, we'll take you through an interview prep sessions where you get to meet one-on-one with any of our experts to walk you through your probable interview things, right? Then we have the recommendation and reference letter, where if you eventually land a job, you can come up to us at any time to write you a recommendation letter or a reference letter. Oh, Tenalytics, I got a job at Google and they need me to provide a reference letter. Can you guys write me a reference letter? We'll definitely write you a reference letter and ensure that you get that as soon as possible. Then the second level is the weekly mentorship session. All right, the weekly mentorship session, where we bring in various people that have gone through the path that you're looking to go through now. We bring them in and then they mentor you. So again, they said that you are literally supposed to like follow somebody that knows the road, follow someone that has been there before. So just by attending these weekly mentorship sessions, you get to learn from experts that have gone through the field, that have gone through the process that you're trying to go through now. And they will talk you through, okay, these are the mistakes that I made, these are the things that I did, these are the things that you should not do. Basically, not make the mistakes that they've made and ensure that straight up from the bat, you're on the right path. Okay, so we have the weekly mentorship sessions. Then we have the on-the-job support. After you've gotten your job, you need us to do one of two things for you. We do that for you. Then the level 3 is our promise to you, which is the guaranteed job interview 1 month after completing your training with us. All right. So we also have the new initiatives for 2024, where we have the Body Mentorship Hub, right? These are alumni that have gone through the program. They've gone through any of the analytics program. They've landed a job they've landed a job after the program. We bring them on board to talk to you about, okay, what they did, how they did it, where you need to go, this and that, just so you also learn from people that have gone through the program and how you can also land your own job. They mentor you and you're able to achieve your own aspirations and goals as well. We have the enhanced internship support, all right, the enhanced internship experience, and then we have the partnership with recruitment agencies in the UK, in Canada, and US, and other countries. And by this partnership, we're able to help you apply to roles and also land your desired job. And then you also get to work work as a freelancer. You can choose to work as a freelancer just by going through the Upwork optimization session. You are able to work as a freelancer or fully remote as a Scrum, an Agile project manager, or the Scrum Master, and earn in dollars. Where are the different job sites that you can apply to? For use to apply for jobs: LinkedIn, Glassdoor, Built-in, Upwork, Indeed. We'll take you through how to apply on these different remote job websites. So our next cohort is starting on the 3rd of August 2024. And to get started, to join the Agile Project Management and Scrum Master program, you are required to pay a very tiny amount, which is literally like an investment in yourself, because this is an investment in yourself. All right. But the Scrum Master program, if you're paying in dollars, the full amount this is the full amount right here. All right. This is the full amount right here. So if you're paying in dollars, you're paying $750. If you're paying in pounds, at the full amount, you're paying $25, pounds rather. But if you're paying now, which is the discount for the first 20 people, you're going to be paying the discounted amount. So if you're paying in dollars, you're paying $600, right? You pay $400 at the start just to register your interest. You pay $400 and then $200 1 month into the program. If you're paying in pounds, the full amount is £625. But just by being here today, and if you're first come first serve, first 20 people, you get to pay £500. So £350 to register your interest, and then £150 1 month into the program. If you're paying in euros, the expected price is $730, but because we have a 20% discount currently going on, you get to pay €580. So 400 at the start of the program, and then 180 euros 1 month into the program. If you're paying in Canadian dollars, the expected price is 1,125 Canadian dollars, but you get to pay $900, right? Canadian dollars. So you're paying 600 first, and then 300 1 month into the program. And note that this is for the first 20 people. The first 20 people. Once we hit 20, every other person will be paying the full amount. All right. So to speak to any of our customer representatives, we have the numbers on the screen right here that you can copy and speak to us, right? And you can also use the link to make your payment. So my colleague is dropping the link in the chat for you to make payments. If you click on the link, it takes you. So I'm just going to very quickly demonstrate that. So if I click on the link, right, just give me a minute, or a couple of minutes rather. Just all right. So I'm going to click on the main stack link, and yeah, it's going to come up. So once it does that, just going to reshare my screen. Okay. All right. So exactly. So this is the Analytics Enrollment Center. Once you click on the link, you scroll down to the payments place, and then you click on Scrum Master. All right, Scrum Master right here. Okay, click on Scrum Master. All right. Once you do that, it takes you to the main payments page for Scrum Master. So you wait for it to come up, and then you enter the price that you want to pay. Because I'm in Nigeria, it is showing for me as Naira. But depending on where you are, it will come up in your local currency. And that's how you're able to make payments. So once you pay, once you put in the amount, you click on reserve a seat, and then you enter your full name and your phone number, you proceed. And then once you make that payment, your receipt will be sent to you together with a confirmation that your payment has been gotten, and then we'll send you the welcome kit. Okay. All right. So again, this is for the first 20 people. The earlier, the better. As soon as you can, you definitely want to go ahead and make your payments. Now, it always seems impossible until it is actually done. It always seems impossible until it is actually done. So check out some of our success stories. We have Oluwatosin, who joined Analytics, and via the mentorship and interview preparation, he was able to get a job as a fraud analyst in the UK, where he helps to prevent credit card frauds. This is Ikmat. I'm just going to go ahead and play one of the videos as well, just so we can listen to them directly and hear what they have to say. These are people that have gone through the program and are currently, got a job through the program and are currently doing so well. So I'm waiting for the video to pop.
Here are 4 Wix Studio features you gotta know.
Okay.
Hi everyone, my name is Ikmat, and I was with the March cohort in Analytics, and joining Analytics has been the best decision so far. For me, someone coming from a background of full housewife, because I had to stay back home to look after my child for 4 years, and then wanting to break into something new, wanting to go back into the workforce, wanting to place myself in the society for better job opportunities. So it was a lot. And then I'm glad that Analytics came along, and then they presented me with so many opportunities right in front of me, better opportunities. And then I'm glad I took it. And then also the advice of do not sell yourself short, that Ife is always it is very, very valid, because place yourself right, don't sell yourself short. It's a very, very, very valid advice. In Analytics, they will hold your hands like a child, through the modules. You have the opportunity to go back and study. You have the opportunity to go back and practice. You have the opportunity to ask questions. We have people you can always go back to, even outside of class hours. It's the most amazing experience so far, really. And then another thing is the interview prep, guys. That is another very important thing. I did my interview prep with Mr. Mohammed, and it's the best decision ever, because he was like he saw into the future. He knew what was going to be asked, and I'm glad that I took I wrote down all the things he mentioned. I went back to practice, and then when it was time for the interview, it was like everything he was mentioning, everything he mentioned, it was just they kept on. And then when I was answering those questions, I was so confident, because I already practiced. I did an Excel test, I did a maths test, and then they were really impressed. And another thing is, guys, it may not come as fast as you expect. Definitely, you are going to get some no's, and then you may begin to think you're not good enough. You are good enough, yes. The no's will come, but always take it as a basis for learning and development, because after every interview where I got a no, I always make sure I get a personal feedback. So I work on those feedbacks for my next interviews. And yes, it worked. It really worked for me, because I got my first job 3 months into the program, my first job. I couldn't take up the job because I was a student and I was only eligible to work 20 hours. So I couldn't take up the job. 3 months later, I got 2 jobs with full visa sponsorship. And guys, all the other no's before the 2 jobs prepared me for the yeses I got. So yes, the no's will come, but do not give up, because you always have 10 analytics to go back to. They are the best, and the best thing that's ever happened to me. And then yes, and they are the most affordable, one I've come across so far. And that's a very good advantage. So yes, analytics for the win.
All right, so that is straight up from Ikmat. You heard our story, and as soon as possible, I'd like to have every other person here on the same story as well. All right, so we have more people that have gone through the program. This is Genga, who was unemployed for 2 years, but joined Analytics, took our program, one of our programs, and now he works as a data analyst in Poland. All right, many, many other stories, and you can be the next success story. The step that you take now will determine if your face and your story is going to be on this page sooner or later. We have more success stories and more success stories and more success stories. You can check out more of it on our LinkedIn, on our Twitter, on our LinkedIn page, or Instagram or YouTube channel. All right, so you can see more and more and more and more and more. So at this junction, we are going to be bringing the session to a close. So if you have questions, I can see some questions in the chat. Please feel free to drop them. I'm going to be taking your questions one by one and one by one. Right, so if you have questions, please feel free to use the raise hand icon. Would ask you to unmute to ask your questions, or you can drop your questions in the chat. Okay, so I see a question from Tosin. Apparently, doing my master's in project management, people would have told me to do. So Tosin, we don't currently offer the Prince 2 program or certification, just the Agile Project Management and Scrum Master program. Say on that one, can I do without these professional certifications and still get the job if I had this Scrum Master knowledge? Yes, absolutely, you can. You absolutely can. So again, this is where working on the real life project comes to play. If you are vying for a job, you have your portfolio already at hand, just from the projects that you're able to do and your internship. And then they ask you if you have the experience, you're able to tell them, okay, these are the things that I worked on. And yes, I do have the experience. Okay, so is the professional Scrum Master certificate the 1 or 2? Okay, it's the 1. It's the 1 before the 2. So you write the 1 first. Can I do just 1 month internship and the additional employability test? All right, Stella. No, you can't. You have to take the program from the scratch. So it's a combined package that you take from the scratch, beginning to the end. Adam, please confirm you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Cool. All right. So all right, so do we have anybody with questions? If you need clarifications or questions you'd like to ask, please drop it in the chat or use the raise hand icon to ask your question. Again, the next course is going to be starting on the 3rd of August. So as soon as you can, please please go ahead and register, because as soon as we hit 20, we're going to close and every other person will be paying the full amount. And if we don't have any further questions, this is where we're going to be stopping for today. We have more sessions coming up, so please feel free to register and attend any of these sessions. Oh, I see a question from Tosi. I'm a project manager and I would like to do this, to just the Scrum Master thing for the class. I don't want to already have. All right, so is there a question there? Okay, good question, Ari. How can one have the recorded session? So all your classes are fully recorded. For days when you're not available, you want to maybe go out or be a part of something else and you're not available, your classes are fully recorded and you can always have access to these classes. I'm going to take you through an existing Scrum Master class, and you see how it is structured in a way that if you're not available for a session, you're able to jump on, you're able to, be a part of the class regardless. All right, so just waiting for that to pop up on my screen. Not sure. All right, Adam, please confirm what you can see on my, okay, cool. All right, so this is a Scrum Master class, and you can see that from the beginning, we had their welcome to Scrum Master, the welcome kit with the other onboarding materials. Then we had the first introduction to Scrum Master class, Scrum Class 1, where we had the class material, also the recording and the recording too. So if you click on this and play the recording, you think that you're able to watch the class without any hassle. All right, so if you're asking about today's class, you need to fill the attendance form. So once you fill the attendance form, right, it will land in your mail like a gift, like a package. You get the recording in your mail. So can I do the Scrum Master without the Agile Project Management? Tosin, no, you can't. It's a combined skill set. So you're unable to separate it right now. You have to do both together, if you understand what I mean. Okay. Can I pay £250 to book my place? And Sean, well, my colleague has responded, but then again, you can always send an email to finance@10analytics.org to speak to our finance team on the breakdown, really. All right, so before you make payments, just send an email, because the amount to pay to get started is, if you're paying in pounds, is £350. But if you like a further breakdown, just send an email to the finance team, and if it's possible, they would tell you to go ahead. I hope that's fine. Looks like Sean. All right, so this is what we're going to be stopping for today. Thank you so much to everybody that waited to the end of the session. Please feel free to make your payment as soon as possible before the train gets moving. All right, so at this point, we want to say thank you so much for coming, and would love to see you in the program. All right, guys, thank you for coming, and have a very good night or day. Cheers and bye.